Sometimes the most common concepts can be the hardest to properly describe. In the law, causation is notoriously difficult to properly define. Various tests have been put forward in different areas of law to identify when we might say that some action has caused or contributed to some outcome. In this case, Hai Fung Yap undertook an armed robbery of a betting shop. Police swooped and a hostage situation developed. Constable Tynan confronted the robbers. The hostage threw herself down. Yap attacked the officer with a knife and the officer shot him. Yap became paraplegic and died 9 months later. The coroner undertook a wide-ranging investigation. One finding was that Victoria Police, through its policies and procedures, contributed to the death. Police challenged that finding. The court therefore had to consider what it means to contribute to a death. Justice Hedigan noted the Briginshaw sliding scale, under which more serious allegations require more serious proof, and said, "The identification of the appropriate standards of proof and satisfaction is important, a matter that at all times must be borne in mind by any coroner who has to consider findings of contribution which must not lightly be made." However, His Honour resisted the temptation to establish any rules or criteria for causation. Instead, he said, "It is, I believe, sufficient to leave the matter without further elaboration on the basis of the common sense determination of contribution, rather than the consideration of contribution as a philosophical or scientific abstraction. In most cases, the determination that there has been contribution to the cause of death is likely to involve legal liability or culpability, but it is not the intention of the Act that it must necessarily be so. It is enough to say that since it is not simply an exercise in the logical progression of events, some element of departure from the reasonable standards of behaviour will ordinarily be thought to be required and must be properly established. From this case, we learn that a coroner should be aware of the gravity of their findings and should apply an appropriate standard of proof, and that contributing to a death should not be a matter of abstract logic, but should rest on common sense. In a sad footnote, just a week after shooting Yap, Constable Tynan himself was murdered, ambushed by organised crime gang members and shot. May he rest peacefully.